It is 91.5 WBIM Bridgewater. Saturday Night Soundtrack's back. One more week. Welcome to it. Rob Hicks, Jared Barbetta, Steve Rimmer. Of course, when I say one more week, I don't mean one more week ever.
Another week.
I mean another week.
Another week.
We're here again. Get used to it. We're going to be here all the time.
Hey,
Get used to it.
I've got a tight thing tonight.
Oh, good.
I'm quite happy about that.
Good.
It's not wobbling around like it normally does.
Everybody out there listening has been concerned about Steve's thing all week.
Yeah.
Since especially you were having a lot of problems with it last week.
Oh, yeah. Is yours tight, Jared?
Mine's very tight. I keep it tight all the time.
Somebody tightened mine over the week.
I don't need someone to tighten it for me.
No.
You just do it yourself?
I just do it myself.
Awesome.
You know? Kegels.
I had both my hands on mine, and I couldn't get it tight last week. It's pretty.
Don't know
good
what
now.
that is? Google it.
Yeah. Everybody out there should know what that is. Google it. Google it during the next block if you feel like it's necessary.
Just don't Google it at work or school.
No, absolutely not.
Not for work.
Just understand the boundaries, and then you'll be fine.
Yeah, you'll be good.
Call us up 508-531-1303. Probably should mention at the top of the show. Call us up if you want to request a Tom Petty song. We're doing 6 hours of Tom Petty tonight.
And Steve just left the building.
Well, what's funny is Steve gets up and leaves, and yet he did bring in
Tom
the
Petty.
debut Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers album, which he has put up in the window here.
That is a great album.
Oh, it's a phenomenal album. And I'm surprised and impressed to hear that Steve actually thinks it's a great album as well.
That's what led to that whole best debut album thing that I
always
text to you guys, because that is one of the best debut albums ever.
Agreed.
I always knew
It
that
just
he
went
liked
downhill from there.
No, it didn't. I didn't. Not really.
Before leaving the house, by the way, my wife offered her condolences to you, Steve.
Oh, thank you.
Because she said that she feels like she's in the same boat, and she would rather, what were the words? I'd rather shoot myself in the face than listen to 6 hours of Tom Petty. So I was like, so you're not going to be listening to the program? And she said, well, obviously not. And I said, oh, good. Well, then that tells me all the things I can talk about.
Is he seriously really going to play 6 hours?
Yeah.
Did you miss that?
I thought you were joking.
I'm not joking.
He's not joking.
Holy shit. Oh, this is going to be hard. You didn't even do that for Bowie.
Oh, no.
I know.
What did we get for Bowie? 4 songs?
So here's the thing.
4 songs?
Here's the thing. So I decided that
Damn it.
I decided in going back and forth, I was debating whether or not to do it. And then here's how it developed.
How the hell do you find 6 hours of decent songs?
He's fired up.
I mean, there's only 3 or 4 songs in his own repertoire that are worth playing at a classic rock station.
No.
Do you remember?
Be careful. You have your finger on the button, right?
Do you remember?
You're going to need that button tonight.
Do you remember?
I was going to be so nice about him. Oh, I was going to do a little trilogy about him, but no.
No.
Oh,
I thought you were being pretty understanding about the whole thing.
Help.
And then I even sent you the message and said, Steve, I understand if you'd like to sit this week out, sir.
I thought it was a joke.
And then you did. Well, nothing was happening then.
I may have to leave early.
I even posted last night on the Facebook, which I know that you happen to look at. We're 24 hours away from 6 hours of Tom Petty.
I still thought it was a joke.
I still think Trump being president's a joke, but it's been going on now since January and it ain't going to stop. So sometimes you just got to come to...
It's been 10 months.
Sometimes you just got to come to
I
grips.
still have to do my little bit that I've got planned anyway, so...
What bit?
Well, when I first saw... Oh, the only time I saw Tom Petty live.
we will do that. Don't worry about it. We'll talk. And as a matter of fact, I want to talk about it because I remember...
Just turn my headphones off for the music part.
I was telling Jared before we came here, I was like, you guys usually don't even pay attention to what I'm playing in here ananyway.
No, that's true.
Last week, we accidentally played the same song twice within a half hour, and nobody noticed.
So all this stuff I brought to play tonight, I'll just save for next week. You know.
Did you hear the disappointment in this man's voice?
God.
Even when we were on our way up here, he was like, this bag's heavy tonight. I'm like, I wonder why.
Yep.
I didn't want to.
All right, let's get on with this crap show then.
So here, do you at least want to hear? Do you at least want to hear how I came up with this decision?
Hang on a second.
Yeah.
Already, this is the best show of the season.
Yep, absolutely. Yes, we're off to a fine start.
With this wondrous decision, sir.
You're sitting on the
Which
toilet.
we have done for nobody else that has snuffed it in the past 2 years.
This is true. This is true.
Bowie.
I mean, what the hell?
Lemmy.
Lemmy?
me
I could have done a whole
Nothing.
show of Motorhead.
All right, here's the thing. Here's how it came about. First of all, I was going
You
to
hate
put
Steve.
I was going to put together.
Obviously.
I was going to put together a like a half hour or 40-minute block of Tom Petty. And I put together all of what I consider to be the quintessential Tom Petty songs, and I had an hour and 20 minutes.
Can I ask you,
I'm not done with how this developed, but go
face in
ahead.
the crowd part of this crap?
Yes.
Oh. That's a bathroom break. Oh, God.
He hates you.
This is going great. It's going great.
He hates you. You are
And
no
then-
longer his friend.
There was the time, I get tears coming out. There was the time that Jay Giles died, and I did a half-hour block. And then I thought to myself, well, I can't just do a half-hour block for Tom Petty, who is one of my favorite classic rock artists of all time.
Also, there's some
When I
bias
only
to
did
this.
There is bias, because then the final decision was, hey, you know what? It was almost like, remember the scene in Back to the Future when Marty was all bummed out because he didn't have time to tell Doc that the Libyans were going to kill him?
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden he's like, wait a minute. I got all the time I want. I got a time machine. Basically, I sat there and went, wait a minute. I can do all the Tom Petty I want. It's my effing show. So that's kind of how it all came to be.
Maybe when we order the food tonight, I'll go and pick it up.
That's about when I started messaging.
It'd be hot then.
That's when I started messaging warnings to you, sir, to let you know. And then there was no response. And then, I was like, cool. And then you said, well, I've got a story I can tell about him. And I was like, oh, okay, good. So Steve's on board with what with what's going to happen.
I just didn't
realize
the length of it. That's
and
the
the-
only thing. But I never noticed the length of it. You know, especially when it's tight.
I mean, I see Steve's point, though. Yeah. Bowie, I mean, good God. That guy was
What did
an
we
icon.
get, 2 songs?
Yeah, he got like 2 songs and like a little hand job behind the Dairy Queen.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like holy cow.
All right, so we're going to get into this.
Yeah.
Okay, here we
Now,
go.
hang on a second.
Yeah.
My question
Where's
about
my
this.
volume button?
It's right
That's
there.
right. That's right here. Okay.
My question about this
Yeah.
is this going to be like? Do you have a method of madness here? Is it in chronological order?
It's not chronological because I didn't want to play because I thought that was boring. I don't want to sit down and play every song
You
from
thought
the debut.
that was
and
boring?
Well,
and then I didn't. I wanted to sprinkle some live stuff throughout the show.
So there's
So
live versions.
there's live
of the show.
versions as well. And, because I wanted to run the whole gambit, but I didn't want to necessarily do it chronologically because I was like, well, that's stupid.
Is the room going to be a part of this?
Just that stupid? Okay.
I'm almost afraid.
I should be afraid.
Like the time,
brought a knife.
a couple of weeks ago when he's like, "I'll see you in the parking lot." Now I'm actually concerned to walk out in the parking lot with him.
I'm going to let it happen.
Yes.
I'm going to let it happen. I'm going to let him pop you in the face.
All right, so we're gonna get going with this, and well, here we go.
He's so pissed.
All right, here's the first block of Tom Petty.
TP. Reminds me of toilet paper.
It's SNS on BIM.
Oh, man.
Saturday nights with Robb Hicks. He's like Wolfman Jack. Without the beard, money, or timeless popularity.
Coincidence? I think not.
Bridgewater's Saturday night soundtrack on 91.5 WBIM.